High School as they welcome in the Winton Woods Warriors today for an out-of-conference matchup. The Warriors limp in at just 2-11. On the other side, 9-4, the Northwest Knights, and some bad news for Winton Woods before the game. They played with Greg Tribble, their second leading scorer in their last game, a win against Indianapolis Home School. This game, they went out their leading scorer.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big factor. He's one of the guys, and that might let Northwest hang around in the game.
Winton Woods, yeah, it's going to be tough, but as for Northwest, they got a three-headed monster, and it starts with Rennell Turner, the guy that really can get it all done. He can slash, he can step out and hit the three ball, and he's the team's leading scorer, the team's leader, and you can't miss him on the floor with his bright pink shoes.
Yeah, he's gonna be fun to watch tonight, along with Caleb Williams and Jacob Collins. Man, they're averaging 35 points together. Overall, Northwest is averaging about 57. So that right there is going to be something that Winton Woods is going to play a factor.
And we talked to Coach Lumpkin before the game, and we asked him how he liked this matchup, and he said, I love it. Why shouldn't he love it? The teams, size-wise, finally, I mean, after the game we saw last week against Moeller that we called, you had 3 6'5" guys. Finally, they're playing a team that they're actually taller than.
Yeah, he said they matched up well. Talked to him in the pregame, and he said these guys, every day they come to practice, hard at work, and should be a fun one tonight here at Northwest.
Well, it's funny because both teams struggle to shoot the three ball. Winton Woods 31% on the season, Northwest 30. But it's funny because the Warriors, they know that they're not a great shooting team. They've only taken it 122 times from behind the three-point line. On the other side, the Knights 297 attempts. That's my stat of the day right there. We'll see if the Knights can knock down some three-pointers because they're going to need it against a team that is looking for their first 2-game win streak of the season.
Should be a fun one tonight here in Northwest. I'm ready for it.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Hi, I'm Nick Foligno of the Columbus Blue Jackets. From the youth leagues all the way up to the NHL, sportsmanship is one thing that we can all have in common. The thrill of competing is great, but how we compete is important. Sports can teach kids so many more lessons than just winning and losing, and we can all make this experience a positive one that builds character and makes memories that last a lifetime. In the stands and on the ice, we can all do our part to make this a great event. Together, let's all respect the game.
This message brought to you by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Welcome into Northwest High School. The Winton Woods Warriors limping into this game at 2-11. The Knights, the home team, at 9-4. And when I say the Warriors limping in, I mean literally limping in. They missed Greg Tribble, their second leading scorer in their last game, a win. And today, minutes before the game, we found out that team's leading scorer, leading rebounder, Jalen Mason, not in uniform.
Yeah, he's not playing tonight, and that's going to be a big factor. Talked to him in the pregame. Had an injury to his leg, so he'll be out for about 2 to 3 weeks.
6'3" junior, number 32, Sam Dean.
So let's check out the starting lineups. Amari Manning is the guy that will replace Jalen Mason in the starting lineup. He's wearing 22. Joining him, Greg Tribble, Sam Dean, Lewis Frazier, and Raquan Prince on the other side. Rennell Turner, the team's leading scorer, Caleb Williams, Jacob Collins, Greg Jackson, and Jake Fishburne.
Junior, number 5, Caleb Williams. And a 6'1", senior, number 20, Jake Fishburne. Your head coach.
Well, the last time these two teams met was in 2012. Northwest won the first matchup by 12. Winton Woods reverse the outcome the next month, winning by 12. So here's the opening tip-off, and we're ready to go. Jacob Collins controls the tip and hands it off to Greg Jackson, the senior, leading the offense. Now on the left wing, the team's leading scorer takes it right to the basket, and he's stripped. That's Rennell Turner coming away with it. Raquan Prince, the 5'8" quarterback of the football team, pulls up, trifecta, knocks it down, and Winton Woods on the board first.
I like Winton Woods' uniforms tonight, rocking the road green and Northwest in the home white. Now Northwest has to respond here, basket for basket.
The green uniforms and the blue trim reminds you a little of the Seattle Seahawks. Greg Jackson, Fishburne, deep three from the parking lot, falls off the front of the rim, rebound down low, and a foul is going up. With the cleanup was Caleb Williams, and he'll go to the line for two.
Caleb Williams, one of the leading scorers for Northwest. He averages 9.3 points per game, and for all three of their leading scorers, combined 35 points for the Knights.
The team leader in blocks and rebounds. Shoots 58% from the line. His first free throw is up and in, and Northwest is on the board.
Northwest comes in, so tonight they're 6-1 in the Southwestern Ohio Conference, keeping pace for pace with Mount Healthy.
9-4 overall in the season. Winton Woods at 2-11. So both free throws up and in. Their first 2 points, and 3-2. The road team, Winton Woods, on top. 45 seconds into the ball game. Pressure from Rennell Turner in the backcourt. Easily breaking it is Prince.
Now it's man-to-man defense right now by Northwest.
Now it's Greg Tribble at the top of the key. He didn't play in the team's last game against Indianapolis Homeschool. Right side, it's Lewis Frazier. Frazier dribbles to his left, flips it for Prince, who has the only basket. Floats it up off the front of the rim. Rebound down low by Frazier.
Block.
And swatted away by Caleb Williams. We just said he was the team's leader in blocks, and he's got his first one on the stat sheet tonight.
Well, Northwestern only averaging 1.2 blocks per game. There it was right there.
The inbounds man is Amari Manning, who's in the starting lineup, replacing the team's leading scorer, Jalen Mason, who with a sprained MCL will miss the next 2 weeks. Tribble thought about the three, splits defenders into the lane, floater in and out. Sam Dean down low cleans it up, and he's fouled on his way to the basket. Jake Fishburne called for the foul.
That's exactly what Winton Woods did. Not as much. We didn't see him as much against Moeller, but when we did that game, we talked about Winton Woods has to attack the paint. A little bit of height advantage. Pretty even, but some pretty tall guys out there.
Sam Dean, a defensive specialist, shoots 57% of the line. And his first free throw, clank off the back of the rim. Couple dribbles, bends, fires, and knocks the second one down. Winton Woods has 4. The Knights have 2. 1 minute and 30 seconds into this game.
We got to talk about Northwest. They're on a 3-game winning streak right now, coming off a win over Edgewood.
So a 3-game winning streak, look to extend it to 4. Winton Woods, meanwhile, looking for their first 2-game win streak of the year. Rennell Turner from deep fires away. A straightaway 3 and missed it.
Not a good shot by Northwest, but
Amari Manning flips it for Raquan Prince, who sets up the offense as he backs away from the much taller defender, Jacob Collins. Now left wing, a matchup you have to watch. Lewis Frazier on Rennell Turner. Tribble dances down the lane, throws up an air ball, now kicks it out. And the three-pointer knocked down by Raquan Prince. He got his own rebound after the air ball and picked up the assist. Prince has 3.
Excellent ball movement by Northwest, and they're able to capitalize, or by Winton Woods, excuse me, they're able to capitalize from behind the arc.
Other side we go. Collins, the rebuttal on the left wing.
Trading 3 for 3 here in the first quarters.
Trading threes, Prince already has 2 of them. He's handling the ball and breaks Rennell Turner's pressure. Splits defenders down the middle of the lane, throws it to Sam Dean. It hits off his fingertips. Ball to Northwest, down 7-5.
Well, Winton Woods they shoot the 3 ball 31.1%, so
Greg Jackson running the point guard duties. He'll split time with Rennell Turner. Tries to find Turner, and Raquan Prince shoots the gap all the way to the basket. Double clutch layup, got it.
nice pass, nice steal, all the way to the hoop for 2.
Turner was racing up the floor the other way, and he's bumped, and a foul called on Greg Tribble, his first.
Personal foul, Winton Woods, number 10, Raquan Prince, his first.
They'll give it to Raquan Prince, his first.
Before beating Edgewood, Northwestern also knocked out Harrison 64-38 and Talawanda 65-60.
3 players in Northwest starting lineup wearing headbands. One of them has it right now, Jacob Collins on the left wing. A nice pass, the slip down low, and Caleb Williams, the basket.
Nothing you can really do right there. And he's able to finish with the basket for 2.
9-7, 4:45 to go in quarter number 1. The visiting Warriors on top. Lewis Frazier thought about the 3 on the right wing, now dribbles to the top of the key and flips it over to Raquan Prince. Right side, Amari Manning, fade away. Too strong, back iron, rebound down low and stripped away. Frazier got the board, and stripping it away was Caleb Williams. It'll stay here.
Well, David Lumpkin's going to like the way his team's crashing the offensive glass right there. You don't get the first one, you don't get the second. Keep going for the ball, grab it, and try to put it up for 2.
Amari Manning, the inbound man. Right corner, Prince for 3, and he's got 3 trifectas out of the gate. And he's throwing his arms up and down in the air, shoots an imaginary arrow. He's got 9 to the team's 12, 12-7, the road team on top. 3-pointer left short by Rennell Turner. Chased down in the corner by Williams. Fires it to the top of the key where Tyree McKinney lost it.
Sloppy pass.
Fast break, dribble, slicing through defenders. Granny style shot no good. And pulled down by Sam Dean. Another, got it! Get out the tarp because Mr. Prince is raining. 4 3-pointers out of the gate, 15-7. Winton Woods on top, and as you can hear, they have brought the entire town tonight.
Well, what a start. This is just as exciting as it was in the first game, and the energy and the enthusiasm rolling, and what a play, what a shot, what a start here in Northwest.
Raquan Prince, 12 of the team's 15 points, has knocked down his first 4 threes, has done it from just about every spot on the court. Looks like he's playing a game of around the world, everything outside the 3-point line. 15-7, they lead.
Well, I said earlier, they shoot it at 31.1%. He keeps that up all night. Their 3-point percentage is going to skyrocket tonight. But Winton Woods right out of the gate, fantastic. Just the start that David Lumpkin was looking for, and Northwest has to respond.
Well, these 2 teams so close to one another, and they're all friends. Before the game, I saw a lot of these people that are actually guarding each other, players on each team shaking hands before the game, wishing them luck. But it's funny because the last time that the 2 teams met, all the way back in 2012, Northwest won the first matchup by 12. Winton Woods reversed the outcome the next month, winning by 12. Lewis Collins, the inbounds man, gets it to Greg Jackson, who slowly walks it up the floor with a waist-high dribble. Past the timeline, Greg Tribble guarding, number 2 on number 2. Flips it to Tyree McKinney, top of the key. Now a curling Williams. Deep 3, Jackson on the right wing. Left it short.
Northwest is getting opportunities, but they're shooting the 3-point shots a little too deep.
Here's Prince, already has 4 tray balls. Collins on him, has about 4 inches on him. Prince goes right past him and hands it off for Amari Manning, who's playing in place of the team's leading scorer, the injured Jalen Mason. Team's leading rebounder as well. Amari Manning goes from right to left. No real estate as he's still outside the 3-point line. Finds Raquan Prince. Oh, Raquan Prince dancing. Sam Dean, the rebound down low, throws it up too strong. We go the other way. Jackson, the feed for Turner, layup short, but he'll go to the line for 2. And Raquan Prince, that was magnificent.
David Lumpkin and the entire Winton Woods coaching staff over there applauding his effort. I can't say it enough here in this first quarter. We're not even, we're about 6 minutes into the game, and Winton Woods they're on fire. They're hitting on all cylinders.
He couldn't finish the floater, but had the Allen Iverson step back, the behind the back between the legs move. Couldn't hit the floater, so Turner, who goes out on the fast break, gets a chance for 2 at the line and knocks down number 1. 15-8, 2:50 to go in the first period.
Well, in the pregame, we talked about 3 key guys for Northwest: Turner, Williams, and Collins. They averaged 35 points, but right now, it's the Winton Woods show here in Northwest.
It's the Raquan Prince show, 12 of the team's 15. And he gets a standing O as he heads to the bench. Checking in for the first time, the senior Brandon Sneed, a great shooter that has struggled to shoot. Shot 42% from downtown last year, only shooting 25% from three-point land this year. Second free throw, rims off the front of the rim.
Northwest, they're going to call a charge.
A foul on the floor before the layup was knocked down by Garrison Bailey.
Personal foul, Winton Woods, number 3.
And they're going to call it on Garrison Bailey, a charging violation.
Well, Northwest, they got back in time, but he wasn't able to get his feet. That was a bang-bang play.
Ronell Turner with full court pressure from Amari Manning. He breaks it right in front of the broadcast booth wearing his signature bright pink shoes.
Whoa.
Oh, hard collision near the scorer's table. Goes to the right wing, three-pointer fired up off the mark, and we're racing the other way. And while Lewis Collins was racing to the basket, a foul was called
Technical
on Jacob
foul
Collins.
was just assessed to number 1, Northwest.
Jacob Collins called with the technical. He's going to get called for slamming the basketball after the play. It was a hard-nosed play by Collins. And a little too much emotion as his team trails 15-8 with 2:28 to go in quarter number 1. If you're Northwest, though, you can't get discouraged by the start because Winton Woods isn't going to continue shooting like this all game. Sneed's first free throw, string music. They send Brandon Sneed, the man we just talked about, who has struggled to shoot this season. He's their first choice to go to the line. Has shot 63% from the charity stripe and knocks them both down as the second one hits the front of the rim, the back of the iron, and falls through.
Just a lot of energy here in the building. Gym's pretty much packed. A lot of fans here tonight supporting Winton Woods, and you can hear it behind us. They're loving everything they see. Northwest needs to respond right here if they want to hang around.
The Warriors lead up to 9. Amari Manning playing the point guard duties with Jalen Mason not suiting up for this one. Right wing, Garrison Bailey. Big time pressure from Justin Ross, who's just checked into the game, the junior wearing 13.
Yeah, good defense by Northwest, pushing Winton Woods out.
Amari Manning, 5 feet away from the closest defender, Jake Fishburne, top of the key. Now right wing to Bailey, who tries throwing it down low to Greg Tribble, and it's poked away.
Well, that was a high pass. You want to bounce it, or you want to chest pass right there. You don't want to throw that high arcing shot. You see the replay, good deflection by the man in white.
Lewis Collins, the inbounds man, gets it into Greg Tribble. Number 2 on number 2. It's Tribble against Jackson. Tribble dancing, spinning, floating. No good, but tipped up and in by Garrison Bailey.
Winton Woods hitting on all cylinders here in the first 7 minutes and change, and Northwest can't do anything about it.
Garrison Bailey got high enough to dunk it. The other side we go. Turner fires away, can't connect. Up and down ball game thus far, and here comes Tribble. Stutter step. Down the lane, it hits off his leg. Ball to Northwest. Ronell Turner, the leading scorer for anyone in this game, 18 points per ball game. He hasn't done much thus far.
That was a sloppy possession by Winton Woods, forcing too much.
Turner tries to go coast to coast, out of control, lost it, ends up in the hands of Sneed. Sneed stops, pops, it won't drop, and it lands off a Winton Woods Warriors defender and goes out of bounds, and this gym is absolutely rocking right now. A big-time rivalry that hasn't happened since 2012. That's the last time these backyard foes met. And a lot of emotion from these players and fans thus far. 19-8 Winton Woods.
Well, we saw Winton Woods against Moeller, and now Winton Woods putting it to Northwest tonight.
Some trash talking right in front of the broadcast booth between Manning and Turner.
They're called double fouls.
Oh, and now there's a fight. A technical foul. Turner showing some emotion. The team's leading scorer went for the face of a Winton Woods Warrior player.
We're going to have to sort all this out. Before that, we had double fouls, and then we had double technical fouls, and now the Winton Woods assistant coach getting in it with the officials. So we got to sort all this out, but the officials got to get this under the control. That's highly unacceptable at the high school level.
This game getting out of control quickly, and it started with the fan interaction, just back and forth, side to side bantering, and the players getting chippy as well. And
so there's the initial foul, and then the Winton Woods player comes in and throws the punch. I think he tries to punch number 0.
That was Rennell Turner who threw that, more called a slap to the neck, but you can't do that, and he's a senior. He should know better than that. We're going to step out for a bit and be right back, getting crazy inside Northwest.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Ohio. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Sorry for the delay. We're back in Northwest High School. A technical foul was assessed and an ejection for fighting on the team's leading scorer for Northwest, Rennell Turner. A double foul was assessed before that. Turner picked up one of those fouls, and 22 of Green, Amari Manning of Winton Woods. So some free throws to come. Got pretty chippy there for a little bit, but we're finally back to play some basketball. And a technical foul now has been assessed as well to Amari Manning. Very chippy in here for a while, but we're getting back to some basketball. Unfortunately for Northwest, they're down 11, 19-8, and their leading scorer, Rennell Turner, is in the locker room.
So after all the technicals, White shooting 2 first, Green shooting 2, and then I think it's going to be Green Winton Woods basketball after all this is cleared up.
Jake Fishburne, the team's designated shooter, steps to the line and knocks down the first.
Chaos here.
Cool, calm, and collective after something that was not that. Second free throw up, buries it.
It all started inside the paint. There was some contact. There was a punch thrown on, in terms of the players, and then after that, it kind of, everything just kind of fell off the wall. The fans started getting on the court and everything. So next incident, we've already been informed. If anything happens again, game's done.
Sneed's free throw off the mark. Checking in for the first time today for the Knights, number 24, the junior Micah Wilkins. Sneed's second free throw up and perfect. So they've doubled the lead right now, 20-10, and Sneed gets 2 more. This is for the initial foul. First free throw up off the mark. 1 of 3 on his trip to the line right now. He's got 1 more. That was wild.
Yeah, never seen that before. And that's something that you don't want to see. This is high school basketball, and they always preaching sportsmanship, gamemanship. Now
they'll bounce back. They'll bounce back, and we should see a clean game from here on out. These are kids. You have to remember that, and just a mistake made in the heat of a moment in a heated game. 21-10, Winton Woods on top, 52 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Greg Tribble brings it past the timeline.
Well, let's get back to playing some basketball here in Northwest.
2-3 zone. The Knights show that for the first time tonight. Brandon Sneed on the right side. Skip pass to the left where Raquan Prince was waiting. Now top of the key to Tribble. Bounce pass to Tribble, top of the key. Winton Woods yet to attack the zone, and 25 seconds has gone off the clock. Tribble holding out his right hand, saying, chill out for a second, fellas. Let's read this defense. 15 seconds and counting. Tribble
almost got the turnover.
Keeps backing away further from the basket. Now goes down the lane, lays it up, hits every part of the rim, and falls through. 5 seconds to go. Here comes Jackson.
You gotta get something going to the basket.
Deep three-pointer, rainbow shot a little too strong, and that's how quarter number 1 ends.
A wild one.
Wild first quarter that saw an ejection and a 23-10 lead for the Winton Woods Warriors. Raquan Prince got it started off burying 4 threes in the first couple minutes of the game, and from there on out, Winton Woods playing fantastic basketball.
Well, I kind of just got to catch my breath after all. That was a crazy first quarter, but I'm happy that they're able to clear it all up, and get it back together. They're the officials over there. They're still talking, but we're happy.
The referees just kind of shaking their head as they walk towards the broadcast booth. They don't sign up for that.
Besides that, though, what a first quarter and what a start for Winton Woods. Let's turn the page back to basketball and get away from the off-court incidences. But Winton Woods, man, was on fire in the first half. Was it Turner? Turner was on fire for Winton Woods.
Raquan Prince.
Raquan Prince on fire for Winton Woods.
Turner no longer in this ball game if you're just joining us. Ronell ejected.
Winton Woods trying to win their second game in a row after beating Indianapolis Homeschool. They'll take on Amelia next Tuesday.
Here we go. Quarter number 2 underway is 8 minutes and counting on the clock. Here comes Greg Tribble walking across the timeline. Left hand waist high dribble. The Knights still in that 2-3 zone, and Winton Woods looks awfully confused, just passing it around back and forth and continuing to dribble further away from the basket.
Well, Winton Woods doesn't know how to break it. They've probably never seen a 2-3 zone before. Now that's going to cause a turnover.
Turnover, Jackson. Oh, Tribble comes out of the rafters to block it, but grabbing the rebound is Collins, and he lays it up and in.
Good second effort by the Knights of Northwest, able to finish the basket.
Tribble slowly walks it over the timeline. 23-12, Warriors on top, 7:15 to go in quarter number 2. Brandon Sneed. Now to Sam Dean. Skip pass, right side Tribble, fires, no good. And coming down with it is Fishback. Or Fishburne, excuse me, Jake Fishburne, who hands it off for Greg Jackson, who takes it strong to the bucket one-handed and is fouled on his way.
Way to drive to the bucket, draw the contact as we go back to the basket. There's the block, and then Northwest able to finish it up for the basket.
Ronell Turner no longer in this ball game. He's in the locker room after being ejected. He put up 28 in his last game against Edgewood, had 26 in his last home game, a huge loss. And where does the scoring come from here? Greg Jackson adds 1, but they're going to need a lot more than that. 18 points, the team's leader. More than double the second leading scorer, Caleb Williams. Jackson got them both. Raquan Prince, who had the first 12 points of the game, knocked down 4 trifectas, brings the ball over the timeline.
Now Northwest back in Amanda, still in that 2-3.
Garrison Bailey tries to throw the skip pass, deflected on the way. Here's Tyree McKinney. Scoop shot, no. Here comes Manning. Same type of scoop shot, his is good, plus the foul.
Well, Winton Woods is attacking the basket early and often, and Northwest has to get back in transition and set up defensively. Here's the replay again. It's too easy how quick he can slip to the basket for 2.
Jake Fishburne called for the foul. Manning looks to finish the three-point play, and it's off the back iron, rebounded by Sam Dean for the Warriors. Over and back called, and with 6:23 to go, 25-14 is your score. Winton Woods, as Northwest looks to cut into this lead and send it back to single digits.
I mean, Northwest is right there. They're hanging around. Only down 11 points. Get a bucket right here. Maybe try to cut it to single digits, and from there just keep working.
Fishburne fires short. Dribble skies for the board and races the other way. Here come the Warriors. Frazier, layup, good.
Nice passing. Winton Woods effective in the transition game early and often.
27-14, the Warriors on top, 6:02 to go in quarter number 2. Left side Collins thought about the 3, thinks otherwise, and it's swung over to the right side where McKinney fires too strong. Tribble comes down with another rebound. He's been all over the glass. racing to the basket. Circus shot short off the front of the rim. Collins was racing the other way and was tapped on the way by Amari Manning.
That might have been a bailout foul, knowing Northwest may have had a layup at the other end, but there's the nice pass, and Winton Woods finishing.
This is my 4th time seeing Winton Woods this year, and they look considerably better today. And the funny thing is, their best player not even dressing. That's what we keep forgetting.
Winton Woods going to take a 30-second timeout right here.
Funny, the game of basketball. Sometimes your best player is missing, and it just takes one little guy to step up, or it just changes the way that they think. You know, they all think, you know, it's our turn to score since our leading scorer's out. Whatever it is, they've looked great so far. 27-14 here in the second.
I think Winton Woods' transition game maybe is looking even better. Northwest has to be, you know, kind of go pace for that.
Collins' first free throw up and in. A spin, a dribble, free throw up, and knocks them both down. A pair for Jacob Collins. Raquan Prince, the leading scorer for either team in this game with 12, slowly walks over the timeline. Left side, it's Amari Manning. Prince to Manning. Manning dribbles with his left. A little jab with his right arm. Doesn't get called for it. Collins takes it away and ends up bouncing off Raquan Prince. It'll stay here.
Hey, 42 for Jake. 42 for Jake. Tyree.
Jacob Collins, the inbound man. Gets it in down low to Caleb Williams, who fumbled it, would have had the clean layup. Other way we go. The Warriors blocked. Raquan Prince had what he thought was an open look, and skying from behind is Tyree McKinney.
Well, number one, Jacob Collins almost picked the Warriors' pocket. That pass goes skying out of bounds for another turnover.
Greg Tribble tried the skip pass all the way to the other side of the floor, and it wound up 6 seats into the stands. Jacob Collins, right side, it's Fishburne. Fishburne hands it off for Collins, who dribbles the top of the key near the half-court stripe, waves his left hand, motioning the offense. The give and go down low, and again, Caleb Williams can't corral it, and it goes out of bounds, back to the Warriors.
Another costly turnover for Northwest, where they had to get a basket right there. They couldn't, and Winton Woods takes possession.
The Warriors looking to extend their 11-point lead with 4:40 to go in quarter number 2. 27-16 as Raquan Prince brings it up over the half-court stripe. Elbow jumper. Lewis Frazier put it up, and he's bumped. He'll go to the line for 2.
Personal foul, Northwest, number 1, Jacob Collins. His 3rd personal team.
Here's Frazier at the line for 2. First one up, and bounces off the front of the rim, off the cylinder and in. (28-16), Warriors on top, 4:26 to go in quarter number 2. Both of them knocked down for Lewis Frazier, lead up to 13. Here's Jake Fishburne. Using his right arm to slap Prince off him.
Looking for a basket right here. I haven't had one in a couple of minutes.
Nice pass down low, Tyree McKinney.
Almost.
That's Caleb Williams, actually, and he'll go to the line for a chance at 2.
Personal foul, Winton Woods, number 5,
Lewis Frazier called for foul number 3, which will bring in some subs. Caleb Williams, a perfect swish on attempt number 1.
Well, Winton Woods was able to get out in that first quarter and score some points, and now able to, they're able to at least handle them here in the second quarter, halfway through it.
Second free throw up, same result, a perfect swoosh, and Caleb Williams will earn himself a trip to the bench. After he knocks down 2, Justin Ross will check in. 29-18, an 11-point ball game. Winton Woods on top and looking to extend their lead as Raquan Prince has it. Facing this 2-3 zone, Bailey from the free throw line, got it.
Well, Winton Woods they finally figured out the 2-3 zone, find the hole, turn around, knock down the jumper.
It only works if you're a threat from that free throw line extended jumper, and Garrison Bailey's just that. Fishburne from the parking lot, strong. Rebound Justin Ross, Jackson for 3. Rainbow shot can't connect. And a foul called on Northwest. Tyree McKinney called with the foul.
Northwest, number 20, Jake Fishburne, his second, team's number.
Garrison Bailey looking to earn himself 2 free throws, knocks down the first, does just that. Winton Woods comes into this game 2-11. Northwest at 9-4. On paper, looks like the Knights should be the team up 14, but as Coach Lumpkin always preaches to, Winton Woods has had a brutal schedule.
Absolutely, that's what me and him were talking about in the pregame. Very tough schedule.
No one else has played it.
Withrow, St. X, Taft, Elder, just to mention a few. Lakota West, Summit Country Day, Moeller.
Bailey knocked down both free throws, so the lead up to 15 for the Warriors.
Northwest still looking for a basket, haven't had one quite some time.
Fishburne fires. Again, short off the front of the rim. Scrum for the ball. Here come the Warriors. It's Tribble racing with it. Left wing, he wanted Raquan Prince, who was spotting up and just a little too strong out of his hands. Timeout, Winton Woods. They lead 33-18, their largest lead of the game of 15. 3:02 to go in quarter number 2. What have you seen since, play stopped for nearly 5-10 minutes?
Winton Woods, it's their transition game. Northwest can't handle that pace for pace. And at the other end, I think Northwest they need to pass the ball around a little bit more, get that open shot. They're rushing things. And if they continue to do that, the lead may just continue to grow for Winton Woods.
Well, they rely on that dribble penetration from Rennell Turner a lot, and they rely on him to, make some tough shots. Makes those step-back threes, makes those pull-up jumpers. And with him being no longer an option, where do you go? And we shall see.
So if you're Northwest right here, you just got to keep chipping away, get some stops, get some buckets at the other end, try to cut into this lead before halftime. Still got 3 minutes to go.
Tyree McKinney, 25 feet from the basket. Now to the top of the key where Greg Jackson palms the ball with one hand. McKinney slicing through defenders, pass Williams, Bailey rejection. Williams gets it back and gets a deuce.
So it's the second chance opportunities for Northwest that's keeping them hanging around, only down 13.
33-20, Warriors on top, 2:33 to go in quarter number 2. Pass down low to Bailey, lost it, gets it back, rifles it into the left corner where Brown awaits. Brown loses it, here comes McKinney. McKinney pass to Williams, layup, swatted away, Tribble again. And a foul, it'll go against Northwest.
Well, Northwest is getting opportunities at the basket, but here's the transition game. And there's the block by Winton Woods, and then just a costly foul in the backcourt on Northwest.
So Garrison Bailey back to the free throw line. Just knocked down 2 of these a couple of moments ago. First one up. Clank back of the rim.
Winton Woods has only scored 8 points this quarter, had 25 after the first.
Personal foul, Winton Woods, number 1, Rashawn Brown, his first, team's 10th.
So Michael Williams heads the free throw stripe, trying to cut this lead down to 11 if he can knock them both down. First one good. It's a 12-point game.
Just keep chipping away if you're Northwest. Keep chipping away. Try to get this down to single digits before halftime comes.
Rebound ripped down by Bailey. Here comes Tribble. That 2-3 zone that Northwest is showing has stifled the Warriors somewhat, but they've gotten to the free throw line and knocked down some attempts.
They got to be patient with the 2-3 zone. Just keep passing it around right there.
Right there. Tribble from 25 feet away, rifles it down low. A bullet. Sam Dean catches and connects. 1:42 to go in quarter number 2, 35-21. Winton Woods on top. Here come the Knights trying to cut into that 14-point lead. Who do you go to here?
They got to get someone who's open. No one specifically. Just keep passing it around until you get that open shot and drive to the lane.
Greg
He's
Jackson.
got a nice pass.
Oh, he's got a beautiful handles and just has an ability to find the open man. He does just that. Assist Jackson, basket Williams.
That's what happens when you read the play. Nice pass, and Northwest able to capitalize on an easy lane to the bucket.
Tribble slowly walks into the lane, turns on the Jets, floats it up, and too short.
Well, Northwest got the stop they wanted. Let's see if they can capitalize on the offensive side of things.
Here's Tyree McKinney handling the ball 25 feet from the basket. Under a minute, Jackson Hoyce can't hit. Rebound ripped down by Tyree McKinney, and he's going to be fouled by Greg Tribble. He'll go to the line, double bonus time, a chance at 2. And if he can knock them both down, it'll be a 10-point ball game.
Exactly what I said. Just keep chipping away, keep chipping it away. And you'll eventually climb back into the game.
Couple dribbles. McKinney cashes in on attempt number 1.
It's been a wild first half, to say the least, my friend.
A dribble, a spin. And off the mark.
20, does Caleb have 2? 5.
Amari Manning playing for the injured Jalen Mason and running the point guard duties. He's been splendid in his action thus far. Left side, it's Tribble. Now Sneed.
See if Winton Woods can make that pass.
They get it
find
inside the
open lane.
three-point line. Bailey, too strong off the back of the rim. And a foul's going to go against Sam Dean. That'll send Northwest to the line, and they can cut this down to single digits if they knock down a pair. Again, chip away.
That's exactly what Northwest is doing. And that 2-3 zone has limited Winton Woods to only 10 points this quarter when they had 25 in the first, so that's going to factor in too.
Keshawn Housley at the stripe. If I'm not mistaken, he played in the JV game. DeJuan Young, who played the JV game as well, is checked in. I know that's Anthony Booker Jr., the tallest player in the game right now at 6'5". And after a little round of pinball, the ball falls into the lap of the Warriors out of bounds, and here come the Knights.
4.9 seconds to go. If you're Northwest, you just want to get something going to the basket. You get a good effective shot off.
Jackson stops, pops, and it drops right into the locker room. Give them 3. Northwest cuts it down to single digits.
That's exactly what I said. Keep chipping it away. What did he do? Coast to coast. Great effective three-point shot. We got ourselves a ball game here at Northwest.
That we do. A wild first quarter followed by a nice second quarter of some basketball. Things were cleared out, and that's how the score remains 35-27. Warriors on top of the Knights. We'll see in a bit.
Pizza, they have hot dogs.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Ohio develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Well, some fireworks flew in the first half. It led to the ejection of Northwest leading scorer Rennell Turner. His 18 points a game is summoned to the locker room after he threw a few punches. That was after Raquan Prince lit it up. You could see him on the screen right there with 4 threes and a basket there in quarter number 1.
Yeah, Winton Woods in the first half, their transition game was effective. Then Northwest threw the 2-3 zone at him, and at first caught him off guard. Then after that, a couple little passes around. You got to find those spots, and you alluded to it, the jump shooters. Those are the people that are effectively going to break through the 2-3 press. And what a final finish for Northwest to pull within 8 points with a 3-point buzzer beater.
Well, Coach Lumpkin has talked about how tough their schedule is and how it hasn't given them any breaks. Says you could see glimpses in the future and how much potential they have at times, and so far they've been clicking on all cylinders tonight without their team's leading scorer, Jalen Mason.
Yeah, absolutely. And when a star goes down, other people got to step up, and that's exactly what key players for both Winton Woods and Northwest are doing.
10 seconds and counting on the clock as we start the second half. Greg Jackson knocked down a very deep triple as the second quarter expired to bring it within single digits. 35-27, Winton Woods is where we stand. What are you expecting out of the second half?
Well, Northwest has to come out of the gate here in this third quarter, and they got to get some offense, and they got to get some shots going to the basket. A basket right here, and Northwest has to be feeling good starting this second half.
Greg Jackson using his right arm to wave off the defender. Amari Manning. Jackson behind the back move. Gets rid of Manning for a second, but Manning right back on him. Now left wing, it's Collins. Top of the key, McKinney. Tribble went for the steal. Didn't get it. Right corner, now flip to the left. Jackson for 3.
Nice pass.
2 in a row. 15 minutes apart. And it's a 5-point ball game.
Northwest continuing that momentum from the end of the second quarter into the third quarter. Now blocking down defensively. See how Winton Woods handles this 2-3 press, or 2-3 zone, here in the third quarter.
First basket of quarter number 3, 35-30. Tribble dancing in, and they say he carried it. He doesn't like the call.
It's a costly turnover. Here's the three-pointer. Excellent passing and a beautiful stroke by the man in white.
A dangerous pass, but ends up being excellent. Here comes Jacob Collins. Fishburne sets a screen. Now the right side we go, McKinney. McKinney top of the key, looking for that backdoor cut to Fishburne. Nothing there. Left wing. It's Jackson, who lost the headband for quarter number 3. Collins dribbling away from his defender. Fishburne thought about the deep one.
Winton Woods needs to get someone has to get open inside. Winton Woods forcing Northwest kind of beyond the perimeter.
Williams, strong take. Rolls off the rim, dribble in full stride. Spin move to the basket, out of control, and they say he traveled. Was clobbered on his way to the hoop. They say he took a step beforehand, and as you could see right here, he wasn't going anywhere with 2 defenders right there.
Go back to that last possession real quick. Northwest was getting something going to the rim and then could capitalize.
Collins dials up, can't connect. Prince thought about racing it up the floor and instead slows it down. Dribble to Amari Manning. This 2-3 defense has been working thus far for Northwest. Winton Woods, when they can get it in the middle, it's been effective, but a lot of dribbling and a lot of passing around the perimeter.
You talked about that tough schedule. Winton Woods has probably seen it all, man-to-man, zone, everything.
Fishburne tried to corral it, hit off the head of Garrison Bailey, and we go the other way to Northwest. 5:40 to go, and quarter number 3, 35-30, Winton Woods on top.
More importantly, though, it's a calm third quarter here at Northwest.
Fishburne, deep one, got it.
He knew he was going to hit one. He's been lining them up all night, and they've been pretty close. And right there, Fishburne nails the triple, a deep one, and Northwestern right back within a bucket.
The Warriors lead down to 2 with 5:16 to go in quarter number 3. Jake Fishburne's first basket.
Someone's got to get a hand up.
Prince, the response? Yes! Raquan Prince, 5 trifectas. He's been fantabulous.
Northwest can't let the perimeter pop out like that. They got to do a better job keeping him close. Another one.
Fishburne, the deep one. Anything you can do, I can do too, says Mr. Fishburne. Down to 2, 38-36, 4:40 to go in the third, and his second 3.
Now we're having some fun here at Northwest High School, back and forth.
Well, we were having a lot of fun in quarter number 1, too, when it got out of hand. And the fans back up on their feet. What a ball game. Top of the key, Tribble. Left side, Amari Manning shooing off Garrison Bailey, who is going to come out and set up screen. Northwest fans wanted the walk. They get the steal anyways, and here comes Greg Jackson, a chance to take the lead. Fishburne, 3, off the mark, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for a chance to take the lead.
Well, hey, I want to tell you something. This guy would have brought the house down. Here's the play. Excellent ball penetration, and there's the basket, and then Winton Woods at the other end. But I tell you what, man, if he knocked that down and got fouled, this place would have erupted.
38-36, 2 free throws to come for Jake Fishburne. He can tie up the ball game. First one off the mark. 4:02 to go in quarter number 3. The subs getting ready to check in. Sam Dean will replace Garrison Bailey. Northwest has a substitute as well, getting ready to check in. It will be for the shooter, Jake Fishburne. Fishburne knocks down number 2. No, it'll be for Tyree McKinney. He takes a seat, and checking in is Micah Wilkins. One of the men in stripes telling Sam Dean to tie his shoe, does just that. And here's Fishburne. Third free throw attempt, can tie it up. Off the mark. 38-37, Winton Woods on top. Under 4 minutes to go in quarter number 3. And here comes Greg Tribble for the Warriors. Left side, Manning. Looked in that corner for Raquan Prince, where he's already knocked down 5 threes. Not this time.
It was just a mistaken pass. And now David Lumpkin wants to talk things over. He's going to burn a timeout.
we have ourselves a ball game, Kyle. 38-37, 3:49 to go.
Well, the JV game went down to the wire, and so are we here tonight. Excellent performance tonight by both these teams. And Northwest is just lighting it up. Here's the skip pass. What a pass. You thought maybe that wasn't a pass he should have made, but it executed. And then again, Fishburg lighting it up. When you start feeling it, when you start getting hot from downtown, wherever you are, get the ball, catch and shoot. And he's lighting it up. And that's why the Knights are back within a point midway through quarter number 3 here at Northwest.
Fishburne is not shy to fire whenever the ball's in his hands. He is a threat.
Take a look at both coaches. David Lumpkin on the right.
The momentum shifted in that last minute of the second period when Greg Jackson knocked down a buzzer-beating 3. That sent it into single digits, and since then it has been all Northwest, 38-37.
Both teams laying it all out on the line tonight in a backyard brawl.
Greg Jackson with tight defense from Amari Manning. That leads to coach calling a timeout. Nick Argentati calls the timeout. Northwest looking for win number 10 this season. On the other side, Winton Woods looking for their first back-to-back win stint of the season. They're just 2-11. They won their last game against Indianapolis Homeschool. 4 players went into double figures in that game, and they were missing their second leading scorer, Greg Tribble. Well, they're missing their leading scorer today, and again, it's been no problem thus far, Jalen Mason, but maybe catching back up to them a little right now as the Knights have pulled it within 1.
When your star players aren't there, other people got to step up. Basketball's a game of runs and a game of everyone being able to perform together and efficiently.
Left side, Lewis Collins trying to get inside the perimeter where they have dribbled outside, and Jackson 3 off the mark. Rebound down low, and Northwest has their first lead in a long time. 39-38, they were down as much as 16. And they were down 16 without their leading scorer, Rennell Turner, who was ejected. And they've clawed their way back to take the lead with 2:55 to go in quarter number 3.
Give Northwest credit.
Deep three-pointer, the response from Amari Manning.
Both these teams putting on a show and starting to heat up offensively from the floor.
Some contact as Micah Wilkins made his way to the basket. He's bumped. The foul's called, and it's the second foul on Winton Woods. The foul will go to Williams. Elbow jumper off the mark. Ripped down by Lewis Frazier, who hands it off to Amari Manning. Brings it over the timeline. Right side, Tribble. Getting ready to take a screen from Frazier. Left wing, Manning. Finds his way into the lane. Now kicks it out for Prince, who hands it off back to Manning.
The only problem about the 2-3 zone is someone's not getting defended.
Prince the pull-up, off the mark. The rebound was ripped down by Micah Williams. A tie-up occurred. And the possession error will keep it here with Winton Woods.
Here's that shot attempt. Good effort by both guys grabbing the ball.
Northwest just took their first lead of the game, 39-38. Winton Woods responded with a 3 and now trying to extend that lead from 2 back up to a 2-possession ball game. Manning inbounds to Dean. Dean passed down low, intercepted. Collins, strong take, too strong on the layup attempt. Rebounded by Jackson to McKinney. Ross
nice
rifles
pass.
it down low, and Collins ties it up. Beautiful pass from Ross, beautiful finish from Collins.
Passing can be effective, and Northwest is showing that when you wait around, those skip passes, they're going to lead to a wide open bucket, and Northwest ties it up at 41. You having fun yet?
Having a blast. As Tribble brings it into the lane, and Manning walks it out with 90 seconds to go in quarter number 3. A tie ball game and a push-off on Raquan Prince. And high-stepping his way down the floor is Jacob Collins. He is loving it.
Well, let's go back to that last basket. The Knights able to get inside. Beautiful pass.
A 16-point lead for Winton Woods has evaporated into a tie ball game.
This is the way it is when you play your backyard brother. This is like street ball right here.
Absolutely. Fishburne dials up. Can't connect. Too strong off the back of the rim. Rebounded down low by Williams. Gets it back again.
Nice
and
effort.
sticks it
Nice
in.
effort. You got to love it. Not one, not two, 3 times the Knights crashing for offensive boards.
Beautiful
to finish.
stick to it in this. Is that a word?
That'll
Stick
work
to
tonight.
it in this. I'll take it. 2-point lead. The Knights on top, 43-41. They grab their second lead of the ball game. Sneed in the left corner. 43 seconds and counting. And quarter number 3, Winton Woods trying to regain the lead. Looking for back-to-back wins the first time this season and trying to stop the Knights from going to 10-4. Ball tipped out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Warriors. Last touch by Greg Jackson.
I'm loving the effort by both these teams. Back and forth, up and down.
Loving the energy in the seats. It got a little out of control early, which led to the ejection of Rennell Turner, the team's leading scorer for the Knights at 18 a game. Well, no Turner, no problem. They were down as much as 16 and have cut it, or have actually taken the lead. Up 2.
The Knights definitely aren't going to have Turner for their next game at Amelia on Tuesday.
Little keep away with 15 seconds left in the quarter. They finally bring it within the 3-point stripe. They back it out. 7 seconds to go. Amari Manning to the team's leading scorer today, Greg Tribble. Deep 3. Short. Prince. Rebound fires. No good. Amari Manning grabbed the rebound after that and put it up and in, but they say it's too late. That's how quarter number 3 ends. Northwest comes from behind, down 8 at the beginning of that quarter. They're up 2, and it should be a fantastic 4th.
I gotta say, buckle your seatbelts for this final 8 minutes, because this is gonna be a barn burner here in Northwest. I'm loving it, man. This is one of the best, probably the second best high school basketball games I've seen. The other was in 2000, I think it was 10 or 11, when Walnut Hills and LaSalle played for the regional final at Cintas. Back and forth they win, just like these guys are doing it. And the coaches love the effort. I talked to Lumpkin in the pregame. You know, what a fantastic job these teams are doing. And should we take a look at some highlights?
Well, go ahead and grab a seat, but you're only going to need the edge of it. 10 seconds to go. The Knights on top by 2. 10 seconds to go until we start the 4th quarter, I should say. Buzzer sounds, and we're ready to play one more. What a game. What a treat.
You gotta love basketball.
I've seen 3 GCL schools now play both of these teams, and they all ended up in blowouts. So to call a fantastic basketball game like this one has been a treat. Fishburne too strong.
Not a bad look, but like you mentioned, a little bit too strong on the touch.
Raquan Prince escapes defenders, gets it up for Greg Tribble on the left side. Now Brandon Sneed, top of the key.
Good defense by Northwest.
Prince, nice job to get it away. Down low to Bailey, lays it up too strong. Here come the Knights, trying to extend their 2-point lead.
Winton Woods can't let Northwest get anything inside, but they also have to watch the Knights' perimeter game.
Jackson slicing down the lane. Tried to put him up by 4. He can't connect. And with 7 minutes to go, Winton Woods looking to tie things up. Tribble, coast to coast. Lays it up and in. Tie ball game. Collins right in front of the broadcast booth. Gives it up for Fishburne, who throws a wild pass to the left side. Tips off one of his teammates' hands and into McKinney's hands. Now right side, Jackson fires a three and hits. Oh, baby.
When Woods didn't get out and put their hand up, you know, Mark Jackson says, hand down, man down.
6:30 to go. The Knights on top by 3, their largest lead of the night.
Almost another turnover.
Tribble trying to respond, takes it into the lane, and Fishburne body checked him.
Let's go back to the contact.
Micah Wilkins checks in, heading to the bench, Tyree McKinney.
Well, Northwest in the second half has showed me that wherever someone gets the ball behind the perimeter, they're not afraid to shoot it. So Winton Woods has to close out on those shooters, or Northwest will make them pay from long distance.
Tribble, the trigger man, gives it to Bailey. Free throw line extended, short. Ripped down by Caleb Williams, and here comes Jacob Collins. 46-43, trying to add to their 3-point lead.
There he is.
Wilkins, deep three, too strong. A deep rebound by Tribble, who takes it all the way and is fouled before his wild shot near the basket.
There's the turnover. And then driving into two defenders.
Micah.
Amari Manning, the trigger man, gets it back to Mr. Tribble. The team's leading scorer today is Jalen Mason, not suited up, and has led the team in scoring. Tribble, jump stop, into the paint, too strong. Rebound by Wilkins, and he gives it up for McKinney, who's bumped on his way to the basket.
There's a little body bump right there. That's all it takes for the Zebras to blow their whistle.
4th foul on Winton Woods. Here's a matchup to watch. Collins against Tribble. Collins going between the legs, now going past Tribble all the way to the basket, and he's fouled on his way there. 2 shots coming up for Collins.
Well, here it'll be interesting down the stretch to see how David Lumpkin's squad responds. They've been in a lot of games this year. Some have been close, some have been blowouts, but they're right there. And just a couple of weeks ago, they were right there with Princeton, but fell up short by 3.
Jacob Collins trying to make this a 2-possession ball game. Knights up 3, make that 4 as the first one swirls around the rim and drops. 5:35 to go. A 16-point Winton Woods lead has evaporated into a 4-point Knights lead.
Well, that's why you play 4 quarters of basketball. You don't play 3. And the momentum shifting into the hands of the Knights.
Free throw is no good. Prince the other way on an assist from Tribble. And Prince now has 6 trifectas in the game. He's been outstanding. Shoots 60% from deep, 8 of 15 on the season, but just 4 points a game. Prince spots up, this time short. I think that's the first time he's missed today. Missed a pull-up jumper, but from downtown, I think he was about 6 of 6. Maybe 6 of 7. Deep 3, Jackson, air ball. Winton Woods trying to tie this ball game up, down 3. And a foul down low as Amari Manning took it to the hole.
Well, down the stretch, both teams have to be able to capitalize at the 3-throw line, especially if you're Winton Woods. You're down 3. Could be 1 if you make them both.
Manning can't connect on attempt number 1. Jake Fishburne checks in. Heading to the bench will be Micah Wilkins, Brandon Sneed in for the green and the blue. Taking a seat, Garrison Bailey. 4:39 to go in the final quarter. The Knights up 3, and both free throws missed by Amari Manning. Rebound tracked down by Tyree McKinney.
Take it all the way to the hoop.
He's racing, he pulls up from 8 feet, perfect swish. And he's saying, show me the money, running down the floor. 5-point lead, their largest lead of the night. Winton Woods needs an answer here. And a timeout by Coach David Lumpkin. Winton Woods was up 16 in the first quarter when Ronell Turner had to head to the locker room after being ejected for the little karate chop. And since then, Northwest has figured it out.
I mean, basically after Northwest figured out that 2-3 zone, and besides that, everything's just been dropping for Northwest. Basket, they've been able to find that extra pass, and all the momentum in the favor of the night. So I don't know what was said at halftime, but what a treat. And we still got 4 minutes and change to play between two very great teams. It's coming down to the wire.
What a treat it has been. The leaders for both teams for Winton Woods, Raquan Prince has been absolutely magnificent. 6 threes on the other side for Northwest. Been more of a team attack, but Greg Jackson, Jacob Collins, and Jake Fishburne have done a lot of the team's scoring in the second half.
This final 4 minutes should be pretty fun. A little bit of blood on head coach of Northwest.
Not too far out.
4:08 to go in the final quarter. Greg Tribble to the right side, it's Brown. Cracking in is Lewis Frazier. And he's bumped on the way. Not a lot of contact there, but the contact that was there is called, and going to the line for 2 and a chance to cut this down to a 1-possession game is Mr. Frazier.
Well, the crowd was starting to get into it from western side of it. Crowd's been great tonight. The whole game, the whole atmosphere has been great. You hate to see the fight, and you hate to see a player have to get ejected, but they're kids, and that's a teachable and that's a learning moment that hopefully won't ever happen again moving forward.
First free throw up and in for Lewis Frazier. Second one perfect as well. The 74% free throw shooter knocks them both down. It's a 1-possession ball game, 51-48 Northwest. Northwest trying to extend to that 3-point lead. McKinney breaks the full court press and lays it up and in.
Too easy. Winton Woods basically just gave him a lane to the bucket, and Northwest capitalized on it. Back up 5.
3:40 to go in quarter number 4. Greg Tribble. A left-handed dribble. Right side, it's Brown. An extended 2-3 zone that comes out to that volleyball line. 25-30 feet from the bucket. Brown right-sided Sneed. Sneed with some defense from Jackson. The trap zone in the right corner. Prince doesn't care, tries to go all the way and swatted on his way to the bucket.
Oh, there wasn't a lane right there. Winton Woods is forcing themselves. You see the replay. They're going to force themselves right here down a lane that wasn't there.
3:18 to go in the ballgame. Winton Woods trying to cut it down to 1 possession, down by 5. Brown trying to get it out of the corner, lobs it up, and over the shoulder football catch for Tribble. Tribble falls on it, finds the open man. It's Prince, he's been hot, and he continues to stay hot. Trifecta number 7. 2-point ball game.
They're going to call that a 2.
Just be solid. Don't gamble.
No, it was a 3. Sorry, my bad.
They give him
I saw the official hold up a 2.
Greg Tribble hobbles to the bench, and with that being said, Jalen Mason didn't suit up for this one, so now the 2 leading scorers for Winton Woods not on the floor as they try to come back down 2 points with 2 minutes, 58 seconds to go. Here comes Northwest. Jacob Collins into the front court. Gets a screen. Fishburne's on his left, and that's who he gives it to. Now McKinney, left wing. Flips it over to Williams. Williams looking backdoor for Jackson.
Oh,
Nothing there.
He should have cut right there.
Jackson takes the screen from Williams.
Nice pass.
Back to Jackson, lays it up and in.
Well, they didn't execute it on the first time. But the second try, they did. He had a wide open lane, would have been a layup. Either way, they got it. Knights back up 4.
Wild floater, but he used that window, and the Knights up by 4 with 2:32 to go. What a ball game it has been.
But good positioning by Winton Woods. That's where you want to be right there. And a good shot banking it high off the window. So David Lumpkin will talk about that in his huddle. But Winton Woods was set pretty well defensively right there. It's been a fun one, my friend.
Too fun. I'm starting to lose my voice over here. I need some water. Woo! Well, when these two teams play, you always expect this. A heated contest, a lot of emotion.
Well, we've seen it all
Kids
tonight.
playing hard.
Yeah, and that's what the coaches love to see. The coaches are, you know, these kids, they practice hard. Went pretty much down to the wire in our first game, and it's going down to the wire here. 2 minutes and change. Just a 4-point game.
2.5 to go. Knights on top by 4 over Winton Woods. Here comes the Warriors trying to chip into this 4-point Knight lead. Amari Manning barking out instructions near center court. Now left side, Raquan Prince holds it. Top of the key, Greg Tribble, who was cramping up just a few moments ago, back in. Right side, it's Manning, 25 feet away.
Well, the Knights doing a good job keeping Winton Woods out there. They got to break that pressure, try to attack the hoop.
Amari, a one-man wrecking ball in the lane and couldn't get it to go. And now a foul by Brandon Sneed in the backcourt. Team foul number 6. They'll be shooting from here on out. 1:55 to go. The Knights on top by 4 and have the ball. He's right in front of the broadcast booth. Jacob Collins inbounds to Jackson, who gives it back to Collins with Tribble guarding.
Excellent defense by number 2 in green.
The switch occurs, so Frazier on Collins. Fishburne on the left side. He wanted the three. Yeah, he wanted it. There isn't a time where he catches the ball and isn't in triple threat looking to shoot. And Collins trying to get past Greg Tribble. Nice defense from Tribble, but a little too nice as he got him on the arm.
Well, Northwest has to handle the ball better down the stretch because Winton Woods almost picked their pocket, but a late foul, and the Knights are heading to the line for 2.
Michael Wilkins checks into the game. Fishburne heads to the bench.
1-on-1, not 2, Mike.
Collins' first free throw up, and he earns himself another. 56-51, Northwest on top. Looking to extend their largest lead of the game up to 6. Winton Woods led by as many as 16. Now down 5 with 1:31 as the free throw pops out. Tribble racing to the basket. Right-handed layup on the left side, behind his back, couldn't get it to go, and Sneed's going to be called for the foul.
Well, it's not a necessary foul right there in the transition game, but Winton Woods knowing the clock's starting to run out.
That'll send McKinney to the line. A lot of frustration for these Warriors right now. They were smooth sailing in quarter number 2, and quarter number 3 really got at them. Jackson's free throw, perfect swish, 6-point ball game.
It's a 6-point ball game. You still got 1:23 to go. You're Winton Woods. You gotta chip away and get stops, but you definitely need a basket right here.
Nothing but nylon on attempt number 2. 7-point ball game, largest lead of the night, and the Warriors with 80 seconds to go have to score, and they have to score in a hurry. Left side, Amari Manning to Tribble. Bounce pass, short corner. Now onto the low block, and Lewis Frazier can't connect. So 63 seconds and counting. We are under a minute to go. The Northwest Knights a 7-point lead. Winton Woods not showing any sign of pressure. Jackson, one-handed pass down low. Williams, too strong. And here come the Warriors. Not much time being taken off the clock there. Collins, the steal. Showtime. Lays it up and in. Looked like he wanted the slam there. 9-point lead, and that should just about do it.
I think he thought about it. That's it. Northwest just took all the air out of Winton Woods tonight. But what a game and what an effort by both these clubs. Winton Woods up 16, and the effort and hard-fought attitude by the Northwest Knights to battle back. Not only tie it, but take the lead, and they're 32 seconds away from getting their 4th straight win.
The "Why So Quiet" chants raining down from the Northwest Knights sign. Oh, the irony. Winton Woods doing the same exact thing in quarter number 1. Prince looking for some heroics. It's off the left side of the rim, and with 25 seconds to go, Northwest can dribble this thing out. Some contact. They will call a foul, and with 20.8, Northwest looks to send it into double digits in their favor for the first time tonight. What a finish.
It's been a fun night.
You have to feel for these Winton Woods kids. They
Absolutely.
were clicking on all cylinders for 2.5 quarters of this ball game, and just fell apart a little bit down the stretch. 10-point ball game as the basket, or free throw rather, is knocked in by Collins.
Well, things got chippy at the beginning, but everything calmed down, and we saw a good game tonight between two very good teams.
Second one off the mark from Collins. Here comes Tribble. Fires a deep one and connects. 7-point ball game, not nearly enough time. Too little, too late. Williams will dribble out the clock. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Northwest is 10-4. Winton Woods drops to 2-12. A wild one here in Coleraine Township.
What a game. Players left it all out on the court after that first quarter, and then everything calmed down. Winton Woods was clicking on all cylinders, then Northwest started clicking on all cylinders, and then ended up being a good basketball game and a good win for Northwest. That's their 4th win in a row. This is a good team moving forward, their 10th win.
A wild basketball game. The Warriors' growing pains continue as they fall 61-54. My color man and partner in crime tonight was Kyle Evans. So great joining you, Kyle.
You as well, my friend.
I'm Charlie Walter saying thank you to the entire Waycross Media production, the guys in the truck led by Commander-in-Chief Tony Suarez. Thanks, and have a good one.